Right, we're going to do a quick video today to upgrade our 2006 Range Rover L322 to this design pack bumper. So we've already taken the headlights, the grille and the front bumper off the vehicle, and we'll put the little link up here at the top to show you how to do that. So this is the exterior design pack, front bumper, so it's got this sort of different style front bumper with the fog lights here. Oh, the other thing is, we've done the electrical video. You'll have to change your parking sensors. What else are we changing? The fog light connectors? That should be the same.
Connectors, the
headlights, yeah, and we'll put so we've covered all the electrical changes you need to do. We put that there. So now we're just fitting this, and you've got a sort of an under tray here that goes in, this bumper, the fog lights around, and we've got some new fog lights we're going to fit lying on the floor over there. And we'll also cover in this video how to mount your new headlight mounts as well. But we're just going to get all this out the way. We've just put it there to start the video. And the next thing we need to do is remove this bumper support plate, because you need to fit this slightly different bumper support plate, because it holds the bumper and supports the bumper, so you need to change that. Yeah, and then also these little brackets at the end here that fit on the front wing here, you need to get those. So yeah, just to recap, so you'll need the bumper, you'll need the parking sensors, new fog lights, surrounds for your, or some form of mounting the headlight, and the bumper support bracket, and I think that's about most of what you need. Right. We'll get this all out of the way, we'll show you how to take this off and fit the new one, and we'll get on with the job. So to remove this bumper support bracket, this plasticky bit, you don't need to change this front cross member. You don't actually even need to remove this front cross member.
You will need to remove it if you go for the full headlight bracket.
Yes, correct. We'll get this off and we'll discuss that. Right, so what have we got on here, Ian? We've coloured them in orange, 10mm. Yeah, it's just a nut.
One at the end, one there, and there should be one tucked up in that hole there, but ours is snapped off.
Ours is snapped off, okay. Right, so Ian's going to get on and do that. One thing I did forget to mention was, when you've removed your old bumper, you've got these connectors. The new headlight washers, which you will need, are a different size pipe. So you'll need some little adapters there. Some little, I think it's from 8 to 6 or something, but we'll cover that in this video as well. And you'll need your new headlight washers. So there's another little thing you'll need. We ought to write a whole list out of what you need. We'll get that and put it somewhere.
All be in on the website.
It should be on the website, shouldn't it? It should be, yeah.
We've got the section on the website, so you should be able to find all of it listed.
All of it's there. Right, so there we go. Let's have a look at those nuts there. Yeah, so they're these nuts here that he's taken off. They've got these built-in washers on them. Now, yeah, I think if you lift it up in the middle, and if you lift it up, it should. I put it on without removing the.
It does come off.
Yeah, I think it was. There you go.
It's just that stud there. It's a little bit tight.
Yeah, I'll give him a little bit of a. Right, just put that one on the floor next to the other one, so I can have a look what the difference is. So you can see there's quite a few differences in the way it supports the bumper. So you do need to change that panel.
It also holds the headlight on the bottom here.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, you've got one of the headlight mounts there.
You've got a few changes you can see. On the centre section there to support the grille.
So yeah, right, whip that new one on. Whee! That roller shutter door opens exposed. You got some sunshine today. Right, so that all fits on, and that's just put those nuts back on. Right, we'll let Ian get on and put those nuts back on. And then, one thing we were going to look at, Ian. Pause a minute. Let me do that side. We were going to look at these headlight brackets, weren't we? Where we had that plastic bumper off. Right, so you can, to mount the headlight, if you grab that headlight mount, the headlight mounts on the top here, the new headlights mount on the same two at the top.
Only one they used.
Yeah, that one.
They don't use that.
And then the other mounts we need, now let's get that. Is that the other side? The other mount we're missing is one here, okay? So you can see that the old panel here, there's nothing here, but this one's got this extra bracket welded on. And there's no other changes there. Everything else is, there's an extra lug here, an extra support at the bottom. But what we've done is we've just made some little brackets, and we'll put them on the website, that just fit in against there, and we'll show you how to fit those. But that gives you enough to mount the headlight on. But you can, if you want to, unbolt these. So if you have a look here, just grab that one in there. You've got these holes at the top.
You have to take this whole
you have to take the cross member off, which isn't a big deal.
No, it's 4 nuts, 2 there and 2 underneath. You can get a tool in.
So these are the headlight adapter brackets, which is the proper way of doing it, and it is just bolt on. It is just Lego kit, bolt on, bolt off, Meccano kit. Sorry, you can do that, but we're not going to do that. But if you were going to do that, now is the stage to take those front bits off and do that. But we're going to use the little bracket method. Right, Ian, you put that back on, and then we'll come and have a look what we're up to then. Okay, so we're going to change this little docking panel on the corner, this little plastic dock, because the 2010 on one is different. It's got some sneaky little nuts fitted, bolts fitted. So if you watch what Ian does, we'll have a look then.
There's a bit of a trick to getting them all out. They shouldn't be too tight.
We got three bolts, haven't we?
Yeah. You can see the locations on the new, bracket there.
Yeah.
That's what
And they're all the same.
They're just 8 mils.
8mm socket head, right?
Yeah.
And then
So second bolt, the first one's nice and easy.
yeah, we can see that one.
Second one, you've got a hole on the inner
that
wing.
big round hole, yeah.
There's another hole on the other side.
And it goes all the way through.
And then you should be able to find it somewhere.
It's a bit like Lucky Dip.
They were at least nice enough to make it so you can get to them. They're not the easiest, but you don't have to take your whole wing and everything off to get to it at least.
And those little plastic panels are quite cheap. They're not... What's the chance of getting there without dropping it? I cursed
I'm going to drop it on purpose.
Yeah.
It just falls through the inner wing there.
Yeah, so we're not too worried. Yeah. Right, and then the last one, which is...
The last one, you go right back till you hit your arch liner, and then you should be able to go in behind it there. If I can find it in the dark.
Right, so we'll let Ian finish that one, and then we'll come back and we'll mount up the new plastic mounting plate. We've already done it on this side, so that's what it looks like when you've got it mounted up. And we'll have a look at the difference when he gets them off, the old one and the new one next. So here's the two brackets. So this one is the old bracket, where you sort of had a dock where it sort of travelled in here. This one's got more of a sort of clamp around the edge where you sort of jam the bumper in and it grips it. It's got a little grippy bit around there. So yep, so that's those done. We're going to put that new one on. We've done it on the other side. It's the same process. So I think we had a look at that earlier, didn't we? So that's what it'll be when it's done. So we'll get on and do that. So we've got the front plastic done, the little bumper brackets at the sides done, and then I think we'll probably get on and do the headlight brackets next. One little thing we forgot to mention is on the bracket there's this long central pin there. You need to lock that off because there's not a location hole in the
The top one there is fine.
Top one's fine.
It's this bottom one, right on the corner there.
So you could... Yeah, so we're just gonna whip that off, and then hopefully that will line up and go on. There we go. Okay, so we've got these brackets, and these brackets we've had made up, and they've got a captive nut on the back, and we'll supply them together with these bolts. You'll notice there's two holes we've coloured in on these to highlight it. And what this does is that the idea of this bracket is it goes right up against this rear flange here, and right up against the top lip, the underside of this panel, and that's the location, and it should, if everything's right, line up and get your headlight in the right place. So let me just
So on your new cross member, you've got a pin here and the clear hole it should go through.
Am I looking? Am I?
This way a bit.
That's it.
There you go.
Okay.
So when that lines up there, you can see that sits there.
And you can push this back, and you can see that sits fully back,
You've got
fully
that
up.
in there.
We've got that mount in there.
And then you've got one underneath this bottom corner here. That one there. That corner. So that's every corner of the headlight tied in.
But yeah, so this is our quick way. If you don't, right now so we'll just remove this bracket. Now we've checked it's all good. We'll remove this bracket and we'll come and show you how we put that in. So if you position the bracket, get it right up so it hits the top, and then just off that rear radius at the back there. I've got a little clamp on that. Just hold it in. Okay, and I'm just going to drill a little pilot hole through there, roughly in the middle. Okay, and then I'm going to put one of the, we've got these roofing bolts we'll put in with the kit as well. You could put nuts and bolts in or something, but these little
nut and bolt, you could weld it even if you wanted to. Should be able to.
But these have got like a self-drilling tip on them. So there's a little 8mm socket we've put in the electric drill, and we should just be able to okay, so that just holds that in there, and then I'll get on and drill the second one now that one's in, and I'll come back when that's so we've got that bracket fully installed now, and that's all ready for the headlight. What we're going to do now is we're going to move over here and we're going to start building up the bumper. Now you may or may not have had your bumper painted at this stage. We're doing it all unpainted, and we'll probably let the body shop fathom it out. Now what should we start with first? Let's talk about washer jets. So the old washer system basically had these sort of, I'm trying to think what to call them, this little module that sat on top of the bumper, and it came through and it clamped on with this little quick release connector here, which was quite a clever system. But oh, there you go, like that. Okay, and then you have to press that little bit to release it. But the newer ones don't have anything quite so flash, so you will need to get new washer jets because they just sit in the bumper here, and they're almost just flush with the top of the bumper. So a washer jet consists of a pair. So you've got this shorter one here and the longer one here. Now you've worked out which side they go on, haven't you?
Yeah, on the back side of them, they've got these two little locators.
And
so
they're foolproof, are they?
They'll only go in one way.
One way, right.
So this one should be this side. Should be able to see.
Yeah, they've got some sort of pattern there. Yeah, go on, put him in and see if he. So they only go in one way. And what keeps them in? Do they got some little clips?
The old spring clip.
It's the spring clip off the old one of those.
Looks like it should be.
Right, yeah.
So these just pull out. You may need to get a screwdriver or something underneath them.
And they just slide up the back. Oh, there we go.
Just clip there.
Yeah, I think we got it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, and that holds that in place. But then you'll come to the problem where you're trying to connect it. So you end up with, you're trying to connect that bit there to that bit there, and it's just not happening. So, right, what you've got to do is get one of these hose reducers. So you need a pair of these. We'll put all these on the website. And you can see Ian's done this one already. So it comes down, you put the thin end in the new one. Oh, come back. And then you just release the little clip and put the other one in. So let's have a go. So you, move those down.
Let's get that right out the way.
Heave, Charlie Mouse.
Twist and a pull.
That's it.
It should eventually come off.
So we don't need that anymore. That's the old bit. Ram that in there. That's it.
Goes up flash. You should grip fairly well without these.
But
if we've got it, we may as well put it back on.
Again, you could add a hose clip, but they seem like a pretty. That ain't gonna go anywhere. Not with those.
The power of the washer fluid isn't gonna blow it off, or it should.
Right. So does that? Do we reckon that'll tuck in the bumper somewhere now, Ian? So we've got that whole tube, that whole bit moulded up now. We'll have to just take this one off and clip that one on. We'll do that off the video, and then normally they provide a little sort of clippy thing on the inside where you can clip them into. If not, just add a couple of
just lay.
You could add a couple of cable ties if you're super keen onto this little web here. You could put some cable ties just to keep him all.
We'll have to offer that up and see.
Yeah, we'll have
see
a
if
look.
we get a problem with the lay there.
Right, we'll finish. We'll finish that one in a minute. Right, but what other things do we need to do? Parking sensors. So the PDCs, these won't fit from your old bumper. You'll need it to buy. Just show the little grommet on the front of those in. So they come. You need to make sure you've got the little grommet on. You can get those in clear and black. Make sure they got the grommet on, and then you've got to part them in. Now the sensor holder is designed. It's got like a wall around 3 sides, but on this front side, it's clear that the connector goes in there. So you pop that in. They all pop in. Again, everyone's got a little. There you go. That one's got one. Alright, let's finish it off. I think everyone's got the idea by now. Right, fog lights. So fog lights are different to your, get rid of that one. Different to on your old car. These are the later ones. They're used on a lot of the later Range Rovers. Almost all the Discovery 4, Sport 2010 on. You need this type, and they're now available in a load of different types. We've picked up these LED ones we've got on our website, which we think look pretty nice in black. It's hard to get the blackness because it's reflecting off me in the workshop. But just note they have got a top, and the adjuster is at the bottom, and we'll explain.
The adjuster and the connector
are at the bottom. Because if you want to adjust it, you've got to come up from under the car. Now they sit on sort of 3 supports there. It's a bit odd why they haven't made a 4th one, but Land Rover in their wisdom have created 3 supports. We've got some little self-tapping screws. And they literally just bite in. There's no other fix in there. They bite into those little column supports. Okay, so that's the fog lights done. So that's now ready when we finish the other fog light to connect, to go and connect up to the car. I think it'll go and offer up to the car at least.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, we'll finish that off and join you back at the car. So before we've got all the bumper made up, before we fit it, we've got to fit the headlights because you can't get the bottom fit in it. We've got our little adapter loom on there, which converts the wire in. There's a few wires need to cross over. We'll put the wiring diagram online somewhere. Right, then we've got we can get that top mount in. Let me get those furniture bolts. What do we do with those furniture bolts in? Whoa. Yeah, the fitting you can't get in is the bottom headlight fixing, which is down here. And obviously the bumper's going to come up to here, so we won't be able to access this bottom fitting. So we're just going to grab the bolts. So there are 3 bolt fittings. We need obviously the top one, and then we've got one there, one here, and one down there. So we're going to put a kit with these bolts on here. These nice flat-faced Allen head bolts we've got. They look pretty pro. So we're gonna put a kit together because you need 1, 2. We're going to put a 6-piece kit together. While Ian's doing that, I'll just show you what we've got. We've got all the cables ready. So we've got the parking sensor cables coming out this big middle hole in the front cross member. We've got those all lying down. We've got the fog light cable connector coming down. We've got everything so that we're ready to move the bumper forward. As soon as we've got that headlight in, we're going to slide it all forward, plug the connectors in the back, then we're going to bring the washer pipe round into the back of the washer bottle, and then we should be ready for the final push forward, and it'll start taking shape. And then we've got the grille to go on then. We'll do a separate video for the side vents. We'll get to those. We'll upgrade the side vents. We've done the rear lights, and that should be nearly this one converted. Okay, yeah, we're good. Right, should we flip the bumper up a bit? Yeah, we've got this random connector. If anyone knows what this massive connector is, right in the middle here, we've got no idea. It's blanked off. But look at the size of the wires. It must be a winch or something. Don't want it rattling around though, do we? Is he going to be fairly quiet in there, you reckon? He'd be alright. Right then, we've got to take it off again when we paint the car. We're just doing this now while we work it all out. So, there. So if you grab your parking sensor connectors, they should just... Sorry, this isn't a very good video. I'll let Ian do it and I'll video it. Turn it around, get a bit of light. So yeah. The parking sensor connectors clip on. And there's a little clip there for the pipe, and then we'll connect that in the back under there. Right, and then do you want me to hold that there? You got that on? Do you want me to? I'll grab the other end. We'll swap ends. You haven't got much length on those cables, have you?
It could be a wise idea if you're swapping connectors.
If you're swapping the connectors, to put a bit more
length in.
Right then. So is that a little catch at the front there? Right, we've got that side connector in, and this is where then at the side you've got the little clamp ring, those little clamp panels. You've got to bring them round a bit and give them a bit of a... So we've got the fixings, the original fixings underneath to put back in.
We've got the original fixings we should have for
to go along the top to go back in.
Four of those.
So to go in there. So we'll get that fixed up and clipped on, and then come back and show you what that looks like. So one thing we've noticed trying to fit it is that it's tight on this side. Now the fog lamp is actually sitting at this level, and this little air scoop that's here for the automatic gearbox cooler is getting in the way. So we're going to have to trim a little bit of this off, otherwise it's fighting the bumper. I'll get on and finish that, and we'll come back when I've got a hole there. Okay, so we'll just remove that bit, and now I think when you clip the bumper up, you'll have a bit of a better chance of getting it there. It's just forcing it back a little bit. So if you've got that extra shroud there, just watch that, and you may need to trim that out. Got the bumper on, those of you who are still with us in this mammoth video. Got the bumper, fog lights, headlights in, we're all looking super cool. What have we got to do now? We've got to fit the grille, fit the tow eye cover, fit the fog light bezels, and we're all looking good. So, before we fit the grille, on that new plasticky cross-membery bit we fitted, there are these square holes. Now, on the bottom of the grille, do you want to just pick the grille up? We got these little sort of pokey outy bits here. Oops, I'll show you those. And these need to go into a little dock. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those along there. This is the little docky mouth bit you need. They're genuine Land Rover parts. We'll put them on the website, and they just clip in. There's no up or down way, is there? In?
No, I don't think so.
I just push in, okay, like so, and form the little mouth, the little docking station for your grill. So we've put the other, Ian's put the other ones in all the way along there. Temperature sensor. Now we are going to have to cable tie the temperature sensor.
Tucked it in down
You
there,
just tucked it in down there for now. We'll put a little cable top through there when we get it painted. So the grill, you need to line it up with the original, so you can use your original screws that came out the top. You're trying to line those bottom ones up. That's it, that's that side. Do you want me to hold that other side in so it doesn't point out? That all seemed to go in once you got it in, didn't it?
Yeah, just getting it aligned.
Pop those screws in at the top. Sometimes those little bits there move a bit, you have to wiggle them about a bit. You've got a fair bit of wiggle room there. So you got the one there. There's 3 screws, isn't there? Yep, 3 at the top. And they're either what, 8mm or crosshead, aren't they?
Yeah. Either or.
Right, while he's doing that, the next thing is this lower grill. This lower grille also forms your tow eye cover. So there's a series of these quarter turn clips. Let me get those out of the bag. Oh, I can't get in the bag. Ian's getting ready. So they're these sort of quarter turn clips, sort of you can get a penny in if you get stuck and you haven't got any tools, and you twist them. And they're going to go in the back, and the fittings in the bumper for them to dock into, Ian. I think they're all ready. If we had a look.
They just seem, yeah, they're just square cut.
They're just square cutouts, are they? So nothing too.
I think so.
That looks right, doesn't it? Just twist those. You might have to get a screwdriver for those. While Ian's looking at those, I'll start on the fog lamps. So you've got these two fog lamp bezels. Now obviously they're handed, and they're held in with these little spring clips you can see here. There's a series of those. Now I'm just trying to see if they've got any markings, left hand or right hand, inside them. There you go, right in there. You might not be able to see it unless I get the light super right. It does actually say left hand in that one. So that one goes in there. So there's the fog lights we fitted earlier. And then the fog lamp bezel fits up like so. And should clip in. I'll get Ian to help me in a minute. I'm trying to do it holding the camera. It's not working so well. Alright, so we'll get those clips in the bottom. Okay, so yeah, we just had a little look. They're a little bit tight. You just want to zoom out and show them the front grille we fitted in. And I'll just make sure those spring clips are a bit fierce. Right. And then because those spring clips need to go in.
We've also got a locator at the bottom there. That little clip shows you where the bottom is.
Yeah, so you can... Right, let's have a go.
And then just a good push.
That's it. They sort of find their own way in, don't they?
Yeah.
There we go. So that's that. Right, and there we go. That's the front end conversion on the Range Rover L322.